presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Welcome to the GroundFloor Podcast Cabinet Meeting, episode 2. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us on this episode of the Cabinet Meeting. To my right, Oxtail Poppy.
Gang, gang.
To my left, Fly Guy Prince. You can follow them on IG. So the first Cabinet Meeting, was with the guys, and we had to do this one special and bring the women in. So you guys will be seeing a lot of different faces as we go throughout this episode. So please follow us on the YouTube page and on our IG page. Get them numbers up, until it's stuck. So follow us. But what's going on, everybody?
Chilling, bro.
Good. I hear you. Yeah. Good. So I just want to jump right into this. So for my unvaccinated co-hosts, you guys are definitely doing Uber Eats because y'all guys are not going to no restaurants.
We could cook.
You can do that too. How y'all feel about that, De Blasio and everybody? How y'all feel about that, De Blasio?
We got until September 13th.
So
I'm gonna milk it.
Ladies, how y'all feel about De Blasio setting that ruling in place?
It's a lot of pressure. And I'm just like, I'm really uncertain because I'm like, why are they going so hard? It's like.
Are you vaccinated?
Yes, I'm fully vaccinated.
Who's vaccinated in here? Oh, the teacher. And...
By force?
No.
I thought you had to since
No.
Okay.
Well, they didn't force us to get vaccinated. I just thought it was the best decision for me and my household. So
okay.
I respect that, definitely.
Do you guys feel like it's being forced upon y'all to be vaccinated now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure. Because they're handing out money. Like, you would never give me money to get, the measles or the flu shot.
Nothing else in life.
Right.
Yeah.
How you feel?
I don't know. I'm just like she said, why do you guys want to pay us to get it? Yeah. But then again, I feel like, is it the best decision? Like, I don't know, I'm in between.
Okay.
Yeah,
so with the indoor activities, do you guys feel like you guys will be missing out on stuff, seeing that there's no gym, there's no concerts, there's nothing?
I got weights in my crib.
Okay.
Nah, that's one thing I think I'm gonna miss because I feel like I got fat over the quarantine because I wasn't able to go to the gym, so it's gonna be like an adjustment this time. But I don't know if you just I feel like the numbers are still the same, or like it's the spike and it's going up because they stopped the mask mandate. So, but why not bring back masks before you tell everybody that they gotta get vaccinated?
Exactly.
Right. Just
and I feel like keep on.
I just wanted to add, I also feel like they need some people who are not vaccinated because, God forbid,
vaccine
anything
goes
happens. People that's not vaccinated.
Or maybe that's the point. Maybe they want everybody vaccinated, so
you
it
don't
goes
all
well.
need to be zombies,
you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do you feel like if you get vaccinated, see, I'm asking questions already.
Do you think?
Do you feel like if you get vaccinated, you'll be like, it's better than not to get vaccinated? Because why do you feel like you don't want to get vaccinated?
That's my question.
I feel like I don't want to get vaccinated because if anything goes wrong with the people that have gotten vaccinated, I want you guys to be available to test my blood and just, to send why. Yes, it is why.
So community
Yes, it
for
is
the
why.
better half.
Exactly.
We don't all need to be vaccinated.
I might have the cure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys will be fine with if they brought back the mask mandate and saying that you have to wear a mask instead of
That's
getting...
fine.
We
We're
still
technically
wearing
supposed
masks,
to be.
though. Everybody's still
I know.
wearing masks.
Y'all all came upstairs with no mask. I knew what all y'all faces looked like. Y'all lying.
That's the first thing
All y'all faces.
I left my house with no mask.
Listen.
I trust y'all. You know what I'm saying?
The only person that got a mask is Jay. He's the only person that got a mask. But so is not getting vaccinated something that you guys are worried about, as in what's in it?
Yeah.
Or you just don't
I
want
want to wait. I want to wait it out. I want to see what's going to happen to everybody that got vaccinated.
But why do we think something is going to happen
Because the
to
whole
people who
thing
got
is just-
vaccinated?
Because
It's
it's
the
not
United
FDA.
States.
Really quick.
Yeah.
I feel like the information that's been coming out about coronavirus is so different every single day. Like nobody really knows what's going on, so
Yeah.
it's understandable that people have hesitations when it comes to putting something in their body.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that you're basically telling me it's not even going to cure the disease. It's not going to stop me from getting the disease
Or
but
spreading
it's,
it.
Like
Yeah.
for some people it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, and I don't think that people should have to be forced.
And then every
Yeah.
day something different is coming out about
Yeah.
the
Very
true.
vaccine.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I had no kids yet. I'm
Hey,
waiting.
just
know?
stay away from that Johnson & Johnson. And,
That thing was out 5 days. They were like, if you took Johnson & Johnson.
and
But that's what I'm saying. But what if that happens with the rest of them? It's like,
Yeah.
if you took such and such, then you might need to go to the hospital and get
Right. And I
tested
think,
for whatever.
sorry, for women is more pressure because it's like, especially if you don't have kids,
That's
you just
exactly
don't know
my
what's
thing.
gonna happen to you. You know.
I'm not taking that.
Especially for you, Zoe, as a teacher, because we spoke about this on one of our previous episodes, where classrooms are indoor activities now.
Yeah.
You know, and if students don't want to get vaccinated, are they going to pressure students to do online courses, or like how you think that's going to go as a teacher in the school system?
Well, when we were younger, you used to have certain types of vaccinations to go into school. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that might be something that actually comes out, because that was a practice that we always did anyway.
Yeah.
But I think because of the hesitation, not the information, it's not FDA approved, like they really can't force it. And I don't think they want any tension because they want students to be back in school. So they're not going to put up any barriers that would stop kids from going back to school. So they'll do the mask mandate. They'll separate the classroom. But I think banning students from coming into the school, it might be a little further along before they actually do that.
So I got vaccinated because I didn't want to go to a country and they told me that I had to get vaccinated in order to enter that country. So that's why I got vaccinated. If I wasn't traveling enough, so I was just going from the belt from Brooklyn to Queens, I wouldn't really care.
where did you
know?
travel to?
Well, I went to Vegas, which is completely nasty. But I do plan on going out the country later on, so I just wanted to make sure, because I know Jamaica was saying that you had to get vaccinated.
I think you have to. I've been outside
Trinidad.
the country. You have to
Okay.
get the test saying that you're negative.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
before you leave the country, you would have to take a test. Like
Yeah.
if you test positive, then you're gonna have to
But
stay
that
in
was
the country.
before. It might be different now.
No, it's the
It was
same.
recent.
I was there 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. I still
Okay.
gotta do it.
Okay, well, I hope everybody thinks hard about it and my co-hosts get vaccinated, because y'all stay outside.
Don't worry about it.
Why aren't y'all doing it? What was y'all reason?
Yeah.
I just don't trust it, to be honest with you. I've had this conversation like 1,000 times, so I feel like I'll be repeating myself. But like, I just don't trust them pushing the vaccine. Like, if they have released it and been like, yo, if y'all want to take it, then y'all take it, then cool. But the fact that they're trying to make everybody take it, there's something up with them.
But I do also feel like they're pushing it because they want us to really they don't want the numbers to go back up.
Nah,
Like
it's
I
about
said,
money.
I'm in between. I'm thinking about taking it, because I just feel like, okay, they're pushing it because they don't want the numbers to the numbers are
wanna
going
shut
back
down the
up.
country again,
Yeah,
right?
they don't want to, we don't want to have another shutdown.
Yeah.
My thing was, didn't they say 70% of
New York City
New York City was open?
was vaccinated. Yeah, they were quick to come with those numbers.
So the 30% that's not vaccinated, me and you,
We just won't be outside.
we
Just
good,
y'all,
right? Like,
just y'all.
Yeah, we
I
just
feel like
won't be outside.
why they going so hard?
If they had been honest from the jump and be like, look, we don't really know what's going on. The virus changes. Every time we think we figure something out, it changes. But look, this is the best way to go about treating it. Get the vaccine and, may the odds be in your favor. If they had said that,
Made the odds.
then I would have been like, all right, I probably would take it. But they just was like, nah, if you vaccinated, then you don't need a mask. Then it was actually,
Yeah,
if you
that's
vaccinated,
true,
you
too.
need a mask too. Then it was, if you vaccinated, you can't catch it. Then it was,
You can
if you
catch it.
vaccinated, you can still catch it. Then it was, if you vaccinated, you can't spread it. Then it was, if you vaccinated, you could still spread it. So in my head, I'm like, so y'all really don't know
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
then. And I'm just supposed to trust y'all.
Yeah.
I think our leadership in this country was so trash at the time that the virus came
That's
out
what it was, too.
that we didn't stand a chance to actually have accurate information because we had a president at the time who didn't believe it actually existed. So who cares about wearing a mask? You
Nah,
think
he
it's
knew
real.
it existed. He just knew he came from China.
Right. Well, once he started to believe it,
Chinese
but he
guy.
got the information before, and he refused to believe it. And to this
Yeah.
day, he didn't want to wear masks and things of that nature. So we really didn't stand a chance. And one thing I just remember too, like I have medical professionals in my family and friends, so they talked to me about the vaccine too. That helped me to feel like a little bit better.
Me too.
It wasn't just like like listening to information that I saw like on anything. Like I had them explain it to me. It was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense. I can't explain it to you right now, but they could.
I wish I had a time machine. So when Trump first was like, yeah, we're gonna have the vaccine, I remember all the black people saying, yo, I will never get this vaccine. You
absolutely.
can't pay me enough. I will never, ever, ever take this vaccine. And then all of a sudden, vaccine comes out and it's like, yo, oh, you not vaccinated? What's wrong with you? Like,
Facts. My vaccine card is laminated.
as it should be, King.
I'm proud. I don't know how I'm gonna walk around with it though, because I don't want that, sticking me. But
That's
anyway,
what you're concerned about.
yeah, that's exactly what.
Take a picture of it.
Because like I don't want to go back to the car if I park down the block because I forgot it.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's like a hassle.
That's the life we live in now,
For
though.
the people who aren't vaccinated, would you buy a vaccination card so that you can go to places? Because they selling them right now.
I would never, ever, ever buy a vaccine.
I'm not talking about.
That's illegal.
I'm walking around
Facts.
with no cards.
It's like, I'll be in the
Let's
house.
not do that. And with the baby, with his comments, as you guys know, he said what he said, and he's been doubling down. And we spoke about this on the previous podcast. That's out on YouTube right now, so go check it out. But how do you guys feel about what he's saying? Do you think he should be receiving this backlash? Do you think like him being canceled and removed from all these festivals is right? Where do you guys stand on this?
Oh man, I just feel like we're living in such sensitive times. It's super dangerous because it goes against, what is that, the First Amendment? Right, take me back to history class. But it's like, even me sitting here, I'm like very wary of what I'm gonna say.
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable because you can't be open, and it's dangerous because it's almost like you have to be perfect, you have to say the right thing, and there's no room to make mistakes and grow. So it's dangerous.
So do you guys felt, because as I said on the previous podcast with my guys, I felt that that rant was unnecessary.
The baby, what
Yeah,
he
the
said?
baby was unnecessary.
It was.
I don't know what happened before that, but if your pussy smells like water and if you're sucking dick in a parking lot, I don't like if you have AIDS and you haven't died in 3 weeks. I just felt like I just felt like it was unnecessary. So do you guys feel that he should be receiving back? Because he's been being dropped from festivals, losing sponsorships.
Dragging it. I just feel like, right, like you said, he got hyped. Some people get hyped. When you're on stage, you're an artist, he got hyped. I feel like what he said about the HIV AIDS, that was wrong.
Okay.
Totally, which he apologized for, right? But I feel like even though I understand why people feel like he was talking about the LGBTQ community, but he didn't open his mouth and said, oh, the LGBTQ community, I'm talking about you guys. So he could have been talking about a regular girl sucking dick in the back of the alley or whatever he says. What I'm saying? So why you gotta be the LGBTQ community? Like, goes back to what she said, like, everybody's so sensitive. Like, you can't really, I feel like if people just dropping him, I feel like people are just jumping off the bandwagon. Like, everybody, if somebody does something, everybody else wanna do it. Like, why are you guys dropping him? Why don't you guys teach him what he doesn't know? This whole situation, I've been wanting to speak about it, but like she said, it's just like, who said he was talking about? Yeah, he could have been talking about me. Right. Why can't I feel some type of way? How you know I didn't suck dick in the back of the alley?
Listen, your IG name gonna be on this show.
Like, how you know? I just feel like they're dragging it. Like, you can't say anything. Like, everybody that's dropping him, they just want to follow whatever somebody do. You want to do it.
Because they can't be the ones to not drop him. So that's what it is now.
At this point.
After one person, it was like,
it's just getting annoying to me. Like, I want to reach out to everyone and just be like, all right, like, you're a follower.
Reasons?
Yeah, like.
They wrote him like like a letter or something. Like
Yeah.
a couple of organizations,
I
right?
feel like he's just reckless. He's like a reckless person, and then
Yes.
doubling down on your recklessness. It's like when you're on a platform, you know already you have mad people watching, you have mad eyes on you. You gotta be mindful of the things that you're saying. Like why? Like you said, it was completely pointless. And it's like now the fact that his bag is being stopped, he probably is a person that really doesn't like certain things, and it's like now it's just making him see like, you know, like maybe all of the stuff that I'm doing, like like it's not it might come off the wrong way, or it's the wrong way that I'm living. Like I'm thinking the wrong things about people, and maybe he really just needed to learn that lesson. Like I don't think it's completely fair that everybody's cancel their baby, because at the end of the day too, rappers before they used to do shit. Like in the 90s and the 80s when people didn't really have cameras on them 24/7. Like I'm sure them. Sorry, I don't know if I can use the N word. Were wilding. Like they were probably doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't think that rappers should be like what we look up to and who we go to be like, yeah, he's like the person that I'm going to for like all the facts and stuff on culture and like how I should be acting. But like also just shut up sometimes.
But they'll listen to him talk about how many niggas he killed, and how much dope he sold.
See, I don't
How many
listen
girls?
to him.
How many girls he's pimping?
But
that's the thing. So where do you draw the line? Like that's probably what made him feel comfortable to even be on stage saying some dumb shit like that. But
so that's my
there has
point.
to be a line drawn before
Because
with these rappers.
I
I
agree.
feel like they praise Lil Nas X for kissing a guy on TV, but then they send a whole bunch of backlash. So they want to force that and put eyes on that. But then when he says how he feels, like as you were saying, it's really sensitive. Like even comedians, like you gotta tiptoe that line so nobody could feel offended. But it's all jokes.
Yeah.
Like I watched Dave Chappelle and he said the word fag.
But
You can't say that
Bro,
word.
even
know?
if it's not a joke, bro, like you should be able to say fag.
How
And
you
it-
feel?
Yeah, bro.
Not the way he said it though.
Bro, it doesn't matter. If that's my opinion, that's my opinion.
Right, and I feel like we need to give a space where people are able to make mistakes. Even if like sometimes I might be ignorant to that topic because my experience just didn't expose me to that. So that's kind of unfair. Like you're teaching people to cancel. It kind of like defeats the purpose. Like you're saying, okay, let's all be accepting, but then you're excluding him and like, you know, what are you really teaching?
You can't. I agree. And then I feel like, right, with the LGBTQ community, they just want everyone to just be so like, oh my God, accepting of it. And I just feel like certain people didn't grow up like that. Like I'm African. I didn't grow up like that. When I came here, I got exposed to that. So it took me a little while to get used to that.
Right.
So you can't just expect everyone to just jump in and be like, yeah, we love it. Some people don't know what that is.
That's
Yeah,
true,
and I
too.
might respect it, but I might not want it for myself.
Or my kids.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Or your kids, which is even
If I walk into a room and I see something that I'm not supposed, that I don't want to see, I'm walking right out. Actually, I'm slamming the door and interrupting you, and then walking right out because I'm making a scene. Like, but I agree with you 100%.
Don't come for us.
100%.
I'm about to get
I don't care. It's a ground floor podcast, man. We're gonna say what we want.
Somebody has to take a stand eventually. Otherwise,
Toxic, reasonable. So, you know.
Still on this?
All right, so this is for the women. I wanted to ask you guys this. Rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
Spit.
Okay.
right?
In today's hip hop society with women and the content that they're rapping about, and we spoke about this on our previous episodes, do you guys feel as women that the lyrics are uplifting women, or are they more uplifting the men? Because if the nigga has 8 figures, it sounds like he's getting it. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, he's getting it, but what are you guys bringing to the table besides sex and twerking?
Not the table conversation.
And the sex and the twerking.
Don't say a word.
So for me, I feel like in the past, or like if you just look at music, especially hip hop in general, men have rapped about women in all types of ways, sort like shapes and forms, calling them all types of hoes, all types of bitches, and it was very much like you ain't good for nothing but your pussy energy in all of their music. So now with the rise of hip hop music, I feel like they're basically kind of like putting a call to women like, don't be messing with nobody that don't do for you and don't hold you in high regard. Like the 8-figure, that shit is just catchy, but like I feel like the point and the message of it is like, don't have a nigga in your life that's not doing nothing for you. Like if he can't show you like there's a reason why he needs to be in your life, don't mess with him. That's not the type of man you need to be. And that's what y'all be like, oh, y'all just want me for money? No, we just like, cause half y'all don't have money, and even if you have money, it's not necessarily that you spending the money on me. You just have to be with a decent nigga.
So let me ask you a question. You don't feel that they're portraying something else because they're saying what they're saying, but they have men that has money. You know, they're buying the Birkins, they're flying them out, they're getting their nails done and everything like that. You don't think that like the image that they're portraying is what these young women right now are trying to get from men?
I don't think so, because there's but so many rich niggas. There's but so many people that could have you on PJs. There's but so many niggas that are buying you fucking McCullens or whatever the fuck this man just got married. Yeah. Like there's but so many niggas doing that. So like realistically, you could try to do what you want, go and get your BBL, go and try to get a nigga that's rich, but it's not really gonna happen for every female. So I don't think that every female's like, see, I heard you, bitch, we go get 5 rich nigga. Like, no.
Yes, just to elaborate on that point too, as a woman, you gotta know where you stand. I mean, Sweetie wants an 8-figure, or you know, but you might not qualify for an 8-figure nigga, you know. So lower down your standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I feel like you said it perfectly. But I also do feel like these women, they also rap about things that they're not living. Like a lot of them, they rapping about being single. We see a lot of them in relationships, and that's what they want.
All of them.
With Meg Thee Stallion, even like the men that she was rapping about, I was super surprised that she would, you know, put herself down to date Tory Lanez.
Don't talk about that. I knew that was
So
coming.
you can't just buy into everything that they rap about. You know?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's fantasy.
Yeah, we are shitting on Tory.
And there's in my circle and the ladies here, I don't think we're all listening like, yes, that's the plan. That's how I'm gonna get a guy. Like, no, it's fun, it's catchy, it makes you want to dance, but no one's making their relationship goals because of what Sweetie said.
No.
Especially since no one knew who she was last year. I think we put too much pressure on women to like believe in all these things just because these women who don't look like anyone else that I know, who don't have the career or the life establishment that anyone else that I know, like that's just what we want to be like. Just like you said, like every black man doesn't want to be a rapper, wants to be a gangbanger, wants to be a basketball player. Like why are we doing that to women? We're not supposed to be doing that to men either.
Mm-hmm. What was your question?
I said a lot, but I'm saying, do you feel that the lyrics, the content is uplifting to the women or more uplifting for the men? Because I feel like the men, how they uplift men, if we flying you out, if we buying you Birkin bags and buying you this, you know, you guys are just saying, yeah, that's what he has to do for me, but I know that I'm wet as the Atlantic Ocean, you could drown in it. I'm like, what else do you have? That's what they say though, right?
I will say though, I wish that women and men would rap about more positive things, like not just your pussy, your pussy, your pussy. Like, okay, the pussy is great, but everybody got great pussy, really. And
everybody don't got great pussy.
It doesn't sell, but I'm
gonna ask the guys. Everybody got great pussy?
I feel like, well, I'm speaking on women, you know, like that's what we really rappers put out there. And it's like a woman has so much more to offer than just her body. So what are you really teaching young girls? Because people growing up, we're older, so we have experience, but young girls growing up, they're like, okay, maybe I do gotta sleep with a man for this and that.
That's what I'm, so that was my question, yeah.
I mean,
like the content, is it really uplifting?
It's so.
That's like for me, that's like the wrong question, because it's just like the content that males put out has not been uplifting, and you can see in the way that the communities are in the black neighborhoods now, that content is not uplifting. So like, why is it on to women to now be like, I have to sit here and Indiari and uplift all my sisters, and I can't say nothing negative, or I can't speak about my body or my sexuality? Like that's unfair to women, especially when you don't hold men to the same standards at all. Because I heard so many perks popped and so many pussies popped out of
And also going back to you saying like, why are we always rapping about pussies and stuff? That's catchy. So that's what makes
it is catchy. But
your
you
music
can make other
list
things catchy too.
I know, but I'm saying your music list, like what you listen to, is just like a catchy song.
Same on the flip side though.
But that's
girls don't want to hear guys rapping about.
I like R&B, so I like to hear that.
So it's not really catchy, because R&B doesn't really talk about, oh, my pussy, da 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 da. R&B is more soothing, like, oh, he cheated on me, but you know. So.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this: as women, can any one of us here or any guy call you guys a thought?
What's that?
A thought?
I'm not gonna lie. I would never call y'all that. I would never call y'all that.
And I'm asking
But
because
why,
it's
though?
it's
What's the
hands
context,
it's
though?
hands on my knees shaking ass on my thought shit. Like it's like thought is being embraced by
Gotcha.
this woman rapper.
By who?
It's the same thing as Amber Rose and the slut walk.
I was
I don't
literally
agree
about
with
to
that.
say that.
No.
Like, stop taking this word and trying to like uplift it. It's not uplifting. Don't ever call me a bitch. Don't ever call me a thought. It's not uplifting. It'll never be.
I agree.
I think we
Yeah.
just need to put music in its place. Music is entertainment. That is
Yeah.
what it is. That is what they pay for.
Yeah.
That is what they sell. That's what they get their bodies done for. To entertain, not to uplift. And when we try to put uplifting to entertainment, that's where we get confused. Because if anything that's going to be entertaining, it's going to be gaudy. It's going to be about sex. It's going to be about drugs. Because that is what sells. If you want something to uplift, read a book. That's what you should do. Stop going to Nick Minaj next down.
That's facts. Whole facts. Okay. Okay. Good. So everybody, Darren, Dumb, you guys want to chime
No,
in?
this was their topic. I was just
Do you
listening.
feel like the music that guys put out is uplifting
I
to
listen-
women or to men?
Sometimes.
I love
So
Will
which
Smith
one?
getting
They're
jiggy
not
with it.
uplifting to
I
us.
think
No, it ain't
that's-
uplifting to us. So
What song?
Oh.
Like,
what he said?
It depends. It depends who's putting it out because you can have your J. Cole's, but then you can have your Chicago drill. You can have your. So yes, I don't want to hear, oh, you shooting everybody on your block 30 times.
Yes, you
I
do.
can't. No, I don't. I really don't. I don't want to hear that because that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Does it get me hyped though? Yes, I'm in the club and I'm aiming my gun. That I be hyped, but it's not uplifting.
So in
It's
their
not uplifting.
defense, they're twerking in the club to Hands on My Knees.
Yeah,
So
but
what?
twerking is a dance though.
Yeah.
That's like whining. I won't stop if you twerking. That's a dance and everything like that. I won't never be like, yo, what are you doing? That's vulgar. I won't do that. Yeah. When I hit Juvenile taking over for the 99 2000, I'm looking for the
favorite
first
song.
girl. Like
I bet you, like, even if somebody came up with a song, I wish somebody would just switch the narrative. Like, come up with a song like, look for your husband, where he
Oh
at.
my God.
I'm just saying, those things
Y'all
will
got
be catchy
Beyonce.
too.
Yeah, you gotta put a ring on it. On my single ladies.
I mean, I
Yeah.
would like a rapper to kind of like
You got Rap
switch
City,
into that gear.
but again, those rappers don't sell though. The ones who are making
If
the
they
positive
did it, I
music,
think that they will. I
don't think
if
so.
they talk about looking for
While
your
they try
husband
to
or
do
like,
it,
it's also a label thing
Yeah,
though.
don't mention
I think
Wale.
they would.
The labels don't want them to put out uplifting music.
Somebody has to just switch the narrative.
Somebody.
You switch it. Go to
I'm
music.
not a rapper.
You do poetry.
Unfortunately, I
Right.
do poetry. So yeah.
You write the lyrics. You
Yeah,
write the
you
Write
lyrics.
the lyrics.
for
And
And I
we
rap
gonna
it.
look-
I rap it for you.
I
I got you.
I took that.
There you go.
All right. So do you anything or you good?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm not even a rap type of guy. So I'm an R&B type of guy more times than not. I like slow music. Come on. I don't like slow music.
Yeah, you do.
I'm an R&B guy. So
WBLS.
I listen to
Pop Smoke. Let's call that R&B.
But I feel like
Wait,
And
that's
Pop Smoke got
is
some good
R&B?
songs. That's
No,
like,
The way
I'm
he,
he
fucking
has
with
some
him.
R&B
He
songs.
don't really listen to rap.
the way
I
he
listen-
been singing, yeah, Pop Smoke is definitely
Yeah, he
top of
been
the
singing a
chain.
lot.
I'm an R&B type of guy more times than not. So like I listen to rap because that's like what's popping, or it's like I'm around guys. I can't be listening to no love songs around niggas. You feel me? But
Why
I
not?
don't-
Love
The
song.
same reason
why
when I
not, bro?
listen to R&B
Why
around
not?
you, you switch the
Yes,
song.
let's switch. Yeah.
Like if we're in a car together,
You
I don't
listening
ex-
to Pony with your man's riding in the car?
It's a different type
Cause
of
me,
music.
I'm just saying though.
No, first of all, if he puts it on, I'm looking at him like, bro, this is not your car. Like,
What if it comes on shuffle? You gonna switch it quick, right?
yeah, niggas be switching the R&B real quick.
I don't know, cause that's a hard beat,
You
man.
gonna let Pony ride out? That's crazy.
Why can't
Well, we-
you?
With your man's in the car, that's just weird though.
That's weird.
I'm not gonna front.
You know, I
That's
wouldn't.
very weird.
I wanna
you
sing.
see, I
I
wouldn't
wanna
mind-
sing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm
Y'all
cool.
singing with my
sing
man.
together.
I'm cool with my sexuality. If
cool
Tyrese
too, though.
Signs of Love Making came on, I'm changing that. But Pony, like
Why?
I'm
I think
like
that's weird.
that guys don't want to hear
I just think
sex
that
songs
there's like,
with other guys?
especially in the black community. This is like a different conversation, probably not one
No,
y'all
no,
want
no,
to
no,
have.
let's go.
But in the black community, like especially among like male friendships, I feel like there's just like a certain level of damn, this is gay. I can't be doing this shit around guys that I feel like doesn't exist in other communities that I've seen. And kind of, I don't understand what the underlying current of that is. Like, so what? These are the signs of when my nigga in the car. Who cares? Like, this is a good ass song. This shit
just like a girl can go and sit on a girl's lap and nobody would think twice about it. But
yeah,
if a
but
guy
that's
would've
my
sat
thing.
on
Like,
a
why
guy's
can't
lap-
you give your brother a hug? Like, why? If I was sitting, if
That's
you were
not
sitting
what
right
I
next to him and
said,
you
though.
leaned on him and leaned on his
That's
shoulder,
not what I
like,
said,
listen,
sitting on another
If he
man.
came and
Okay,
sat
sit
on
on
my
my-
lap right now, y'all would look at him crazy.
lap is a
And
lot
if-
because you have something between your legs
But
that
I'm
pokes
saying
out.
if
So
a
it might
woman
touch.
sits on a
that
woman's
makes
lap-
sense. But like if you was to lean your head on his shoulder, that's a weird thing. If you was to put your arm around him, that's a weird thing. And to me, that's like it's like damn, I want to take some of the pressure off of y'all. Like
Nah,
y'all
it's,
can,
like you said,
it's
you draw the
okay.
line certain ways. Like I
Sing.
can put my arm around my man's and
Yeah.
it's cool, but I'm not caressing his back. Like
Yeah, you
that's
slap
weird.
your ass.
Facts.
Like,
I don't know. I just think that y'all are like so like, oh my god, this is
but I do agree with you. I feel like as men in the black community, we are on the no homo pause type
homophobic.
phase.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like we were speaking about this, like when do men have a safe space to like
Never.
be themselves? Because we always on 100, like yo, that's gay.
messed
Like,
up.
you
Have a
know
safe
what I'm
space
saying?
with your woman.
fact.
That's
Yes.
OD.
And that's
what it's
another
supposed to
thing
be.
that you
different.
didn't know
Have a
what
safe
women
space
bring to the
with your
table.
woman.
That's the thing. Like
Yes.
We could
you
talk
don't
about
have to be
this.
And that is
hard.
our job.
Even with black women, it's not always
Excuse
necessarily
me?
a safe place.
Why
though.
black women? Why not?
Because we're
just-
speaking about our community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not always a safe
I don't
space
date
when
outside
it
the
comes
race.
to black women either. Like y'all judge black men a lot harder than any other race does.
Yeah,
Like,
so
y'all do black
so
women?
question.
I agree.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
not saying it's one-sided. but
That's good. So if a guy was supposed to sit on his lap, what would you
Why?
women think? Like not knowing, like if you walked into a club and you saw a guy sitting
I
on
would think
another
If I
that
see
guy's
a
lap.
nigga sit on somebody's lap, he's gay.
He's gay.
Yeah, black, white, or blue. That's a
I
little.
would think
that's a
that's-
little.
Okay,
But
so
that's what I'm saying. So
that's
you
what
got to
we-
draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like I don't want to listen to Pony with my mans in the car. Like
But there's
different.
always a line because I feel like I'm not gonna go and grab her boob even though like she's a girl and that's like it's okay because we're like that. There's always a line
but
when it comes
nobody
to
would
like
look at
private
it
parts.
weird, though.
No,
Like
if
I
I
wouldn't
grabbed
just
her tip, that
automatically
would be
assume you're gay
weird.
if you grab her boob.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like the same. Like I wouldn't automatically think that he was gay if he like put your hand like he was talking to you and put his hand on your chest. Cause that's like something that people do.
No, people do not
If
do
you
that.
put your hand on my chest, you better
That's
make sure
not
that
a
I'm breathing. Like,
That's why I'm like,
Do not do that.
like,
Do not do that.
No, it does. It just always doesn't have to be as sexual as it seems to be in the black community. Like everything
I
is
agree
just
with you.
sexual.
I,
Like, chill
I
out.
agree with that. But everything is sexualized in the black community now.
Which is
in
sick.
general.
I don't necessarily think it's sexualized, but just the idea of emotions for black men, black women in general, like we don't know how to embrace emotions. So it's not even just the fact that, oh, you touched him. It's like you're touching him in a way that would reveal a vulnerability. And that's why it seems like, oh, well, what the heck is that? We don't know what to do with that. Like I have coworkers who can't watch the kids cry. Like just look at me like, what are we supposed to do now? You mean they crying? Give them a hug. Like, you know, like I think we really need to figure out like why aren't we more emotionally available for each other instead of just figuring out like, oh, like it's not even just homophobia or things of that nature, just like we don't know how to be emotional with each other.
That's true though.
I agree.
that's true. Because you did bring up a good point, Dom, when we had a previous conversation on the previous podcast, which you can check out on YouTube.
Shameless plug. No way.
That you can check out on YouTube. But you were saying how like we don't know how to be like emotional in a sense. Like how because God forbid somebody dies at a funeral, like you don't know how to console your man's.
Yeah.
You know,
Other than yo, I'm praying for you.
Yeah,
bro, or
yeah.
my
But then some
condolences,
people
bro.
might need something more than that.
Yeah.
And we don't really do that as guys because we like, nah,
He'll be
that's,
alright.
that's gay. Yeah, he'll be alright.
He'll be alright.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
really what
but
it
we
is.
need to really embrace more.
I don't even think it's a gay thing. I just think it's like most times as men we operate from our point of view. So it's like, yo, you know what I mean? I'd have been alright, so he'll be alright. Like, you feel me?
And that's how we were brought up as West Indian males.
Of
We
course.
saw the masculinity males in our fathers, our grandfathers. That's what
They never really
transitioned
showed
down
emotion.
to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you carry that onto your relationship with a girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Whole facts.
I was gonna say too, because I'm more attracted to men that are emotional. Like they show.
You gotta tell the camera because
cancers.
all these men gotta know.
Yes, I know. I love it. I love it when
Show
my
emotion.
partner
Yeah.
is vulnerable and he shows me like his
Yeah.
emotions. Like he's hurt. He comes to me. I think that it's like it's just something magical about that.
But like I said before, it's my fault. It's also on women to create that safe space for the man to feel like I can cry in front of you, or I can
And that's
be
okay.
vulnerable in front of you, and you won't judge me, or you feel me?
Yeah, because I was watching All American, and the episode when he found his father dead. Yo, that caught me.
Right.
Spoiler alert!
Ooh, nah,
I haven't
you
even
bothered.
started the
cry?
new season yet.
That's the
Yeah, it's
old
a spoiler.
season. That's
It's all-
the
it's
old
too late.
season.
Season 1, I was like,
Yeah, that's like season 2.
Damn.
His
I didn't watch
died?
all
don't
that.
tell me who
Maybe
that
I'm
is.
drunk.
You
Maybe
just
I'm
say
drunk.
me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I
But did you
teared
cry?
up. I
Did
teared
you-
up.
me too.
Nah, I weeped.
Yeah, I cried.
Because I don't cry. I weep. You know, I weep. You know.
Miss Literature.
You know, because I'm not crying like you know, a little weep is like,
Just a little sniffle.
That is not.
yeah,
Weeping is.
you know.
No, I
but
cry.
like I get
cry in
emotional.
shows and
Yeah.
I cry in movies. I'm not gonna front. Like
Yeah.
some movies, I'm
That's
like,
really
damn, nah,
sexy.
they really wrote this crazy. 'cause
She likes that.
Sexy.
Show the
I want my
tears.
man
She
to
likes
cry.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's sexy though, bro.
They-
I feel like I be feeling soft when I be crying.
Like, what the fuck?
I would give him a hug. He never had a hug.
Yo, give me a shot of Henny, man. Like, like, why am I crying? Like,
Turn up some future.
Hey, what the hell is going on here?
so music right now.
What's this allergy season? Like,
Right.
I don't feel like that's
Cry.
soft.
nah, I don't think it's soft
Listen,
either.
if my man cries in front of me, don't worry, we getting it on. Just 'cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, okay, show me something different.
Well, you
It
cry all
depends
the
on what you're
time,
crying
though.
about
Right.
all the time.
So that's what I'm
Right.
saying. That's a dangerous slope. That's a
no,
slippery
because
slope.
not
like-
all the time.
Because if
Come
he's
on
crying
now.
at the Fast and Furious, there's an issue there.
Yeah.
You got to speak to him.
Which
I'm
was
not gonna lie. I think I
trash.
cry
It's an underlying issue going on.
any
there.
sensitive moment. I feel like I shed tears.
Me too.
Any moment. I tear up.
Definitely like deaths in shows or like heartbreaks. Like, damn. Relax. But like I'd be like, damn, nah, that's crazy. Like in Queen of the South, I definitely cried. I don't know who's
Yeah,
seen
don't
it,
say
so
that.
I won't
That's
spoil
That's
it.
kind of hard, bro. That's drugs and cartel. You cried?
There's certain parts
The
in
really,
there.
yeah, the guy.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but
So-
yeah.
So, have you guys cried after a breakup, my guys?
I have.
1,000%.
Such a great question.
Yo, men cry. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where this stigma came from.
We cry in private.
We
though.
cry exactly.
Right.
We cry in private
What does
though.
that look like?
Nah,
I would just
explicitly.
like to see
Yeah.
it one time. I think
You
I'll
will never see that.
Exactly.
Because it's
I'll be
private.
laying in my bed. I'll be laying in my bed. I'll shed a tear to run down here. And I'll catch it.
God.
And then I'll go to sleep. And that'll be the end of it.
And it
Now
probably
mine
feels
is
so
mine,
good
mine's
to
is longer.
just-
You feel me? I be crying.
Because we
I be-
Kansas.
Yeah, bro.
Whole facts.
I be crying for a couple
No,
of
y'all
years.
be weeping. Y'all don't be crying. That's all right.
I be chilling, bro, and I have to put on Boyz II Men End of the Road, and it just I have to let
So every
everything
time I
out,
play some
man.
music, they be like, "Yo, you going through something right now?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, that's
"Nah."
definitely me. I definitely be telling you that. I be like, yo, bro. You all
I'm
right?
like, nah,
I have that playlist.
This is just me right now, bro. I'm
Nah.
vibing. This is my vibe. That's me, bro.
So that's your go-to song after Heartbreak?
Oh, End of the Road, yeah.
Which one? How does it go?
Oh, don't let go.
Oh, let me look at my.
Oh, okay.
I got a couple.
Because I
songs.
always saw myself when I see that I'm in a cornfield running backwards. I don't know. Like every time that song comes on, I just
we
feel
get
like
a
I'm
cornfield,
in a cornfield, and I'm just like visualizing like her just running away.
Oh my God.
You see?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to
yeah.
be creating a safe space. And niggas
What's
like,
You have a breakup song?
Yeah.
nah, I don't. But that's why
But
I
what's
asked
the
him.
song that you really?
I got a
really-
playlist actually.
I have a breakup song.
Is
Yeah,
that
which one?
and Marcus Houston Circles for me?
Yo.
Circles in my playlist though.
Marcus Houston
Bro,
Circles.
circles? Nah, circles is the one though.
Because I've actually drove by a girl's house 3 times
Circles is definitely
trying
the one.
to see which car was in front
Circles
of her
is
driveway.
definitely
Oh,
one of those.
no.
Like I've done
no.
that. Y'all never did that?
Oh no.
But they have mad breakup songs. Women have like
It might
a
be
million
jagged
songs for
edge.
breakups.
She can't love you.
Oh.
Yeah, right? Taking it back a little bit. I know.
Yeah, now you onto
Yeah.
something.
Or if you think you're lonely now, wait
Then
until
wait till
tonight.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you know. But you guys have any breakup songs that you guys go to?
Make It Out Alive by NAL. It's such
I
a
don't
fire
know.
song.
I gotta download that.
It's like you
Make
can
It
hear
Out
the crying in
Alive.
her voice.
Yeah.
Right, we could have.
I don't know.
Her. I just put on her.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I don't listen to her. And I'm such an R&B person. Like, I just can't.
What?
Definitely should tune into her album right
Her
now.
is great.
Her is
I gotta
That's
listen
the
to
album
that
I
album.
listen to.
The orange
right
and the
now,
orange and the
every
blue
day.
one. Repeat.
her is
Repeat.
fire.
For facts.
1,000%.
She definitely
I
has some
agree.
bangers.
I like Vivian Green, Emotional Roller Coaster.
Okay.
I never heard that one. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah.
Right.
What else?
Summer Walker.
Nah, I know, gal, that's my shit. That's definitely my go-to though. That's for the morning after though. Yeah. When I'm like, yo, I was crying last night. Nah, geez.
Yeah, you're like, man, I got it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you feel me?
Okay, good.
Maya, what's your breakup song?
I don't really have one.
Tony Braxton?
No.
Y'all don't listen to Keisha Cole no more?
Nah, come on now.
Unbreak
Come
My
on.
Heart.
Respect.
Come on.
Unbreak My Heart.
You know
Yeah.
me.
So Gone.
Nah, nobody brought up the Queen of Heartbreak music though.
Mary J. Blige. Right.
Oh, what's that song?
Gonna cry.
What's that song?
Nobody brought up the Queen. Though.
She only has that one poppin' song where she's looking
One
at the
poppin'
window.
song?
Well,
That's
she
not
has
a
a
couple
couple.
rap songs.
No, it's
Mary
not.
J.
It's
Monica?
no, it's Mary J.
The one with Wyclef.
When she, is it without you or something? You don't listen to her? I think that one. That's a classic song. Come on, you don't know the song?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's a
he
classic.
was feeling that.
Bro, what?
He was hurt.
Wyclef?
Someone please call 911. That him?
You're gonna have to play that one.
Donald Jones, Where I Wanna Be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, he was fucked. That's not a really breakup song. He was fucked up in that song. I don't like that song.
So does anyone listen to R. Kelly anymore? Because he has some really good breakup songs.
1,000%. I do.
I do.
Can y'all, as women, separate the man from his music, knowing his criminal history? Can y'all?
I can.
You
I
can?
always can. Every artist, I can. I
Okay.
ask my.
She gonna have hard.
I can.
I don't know.
I listen, yeah, because I feel like people just look too into their personal lives. Like, I'm not here for I'm here to give you music. Like, listen to the music.
Right.
When it comes to R. Kelly now, you know, it's a little
The
different.
music,
Don't
the
add
music
me.
is a little tainted though. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of the songs, but it's a little deeper. It's like, can you separate yourself from your job?
Yes.
I'm a whole different person
I'm a different
than when I'm
person
at
at
work.
work, yeah.
But the thing
And
is,
some of the music was healing to some people.
I'm not molesting nobody at my
So
job.
would I
though.
start that? Wait, what?
You know,
Y'all acting like he like.
But that's not his
No,
job.
the thing
That's his
is-
personal life.
My thing is, the fact that he is R. Kelly was what allowed him to carry on some of the things that he did and his fame and people people like liking his music and him being so famous. So that's why I have reservations to like supporting that and continuing that, because there are probably people out there, young girls out there that are probably like, oh my God, R. Kelly, he's still so. And then if he gets out, they'll potentially be able to do the same thing. So I feel like there has to be like a, nah, he's not this great man. He did these terrible things to these women. It's wrong. And
But
like
what
he
if
shouldn't still
did-
be getting
what if
paid
that
in masses,
music
all that
is
stuff.
healing to me? Should I just take that away from myself? Because I feel like there's some songs that he has that really,
when a woman's
you know,
better.
changes my mood, and I really like it. So should I just?
I feel
That's
like that's a
hurting
personal
me.
choice. You know, somebody like me, I could listen to the music and not listen. And I feel like that's something that we were talking about in Talks and Thoughts. And my friends were kind of coming at me like, you don't see what's going on? And I'm just like, well, I'm still listening to the music. When everybody was saying cancel him, I was still, like, he was
can
playing
still
my
cancel
playlist.
him.
Because
And listen to his
disconnect the
songs.
man from the music.
Yeah.
Basically.
I feel like I could do that. Because I feel like what he did was fucked up. Like, you know, but I still listen to the music.
Cause I'm on a fence. Cause it's like, you know, seems like you're ready. Most artists pull from their personal experiences to write. So is he talking to a 16-year-old when he says seems like you're ready?
He had the
Lord,
bed
don't
for in
put
the
that in
studio,
my
which
head.
is crazy.
Like, you
I
know,
agree with you though.
But then there's, you know, there's Step in the Name of Love.
Right.
You know,
Or
stuff.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah, stuff that you really can't get away from.
But it's all left up to your interpretation. How does it, reflects on your experience. That's what I take from it. I'm not looking at his experience. When I listen to a song, I'm thinking about my own personal life, not the artist is like, no.
So you were fine with like supporting Chris Brown when the whole thing came out was domestic violence?
I was listening.
Chris Brown Chris Brown slander on this podcast.
I was listening to Chris Brown.
Chris Brown slander on this podcast.
I didn't agree with what he did.
I've been a
but
Chris
I was
Brown
listening to
fan until a little later when he started doing crack.
You heard Mike, please?
But allegedly.
Can you mute Mike's now?
Why? I love
No
Chris
Chris Brown
Brown, and
slander.
trust me, ask her. I've been Chris Brown lawyer ever since
You don't know if he's doing
2001.
drugs?
Like I go hard for him. I was listening to his music. Like, do you listen to Chris Brown? Like, do you know what his music is? I listen to Chris Brown. I still do.
Nah,
That's a good point that you brought up.
Domestic
My
violence
fault to
online.
cut you off,
Right.
King. Because we were in a car together, and I remember when Tory allegedly shot Megan, and I was like, and I was canceling. I was like, nah, yo, any man that allegedly shoots a woman, especially a black woman, like, nah, I'm not listening to their music. But then Tory Lane's Controller came on and it just changed everything. I was like, this shit hard, boy. I was like, you gotta get the stream right now.
And the
you know?
album he dropped after that was
Yeah,
fire
Chicks
too.
Tape. It was so, and I got to the point where it's saying I'm innocent until proven guilty.
right.
Yeah.
So until he goes to court, I'm gonna stream his music.
He ain't shit.
And wait,
Absolutely.
one more thing, right? It's a double standard because you just asked. I don't know who asked if we were listening to Chris Brown when he beat Rihanna, right?
That's all
But
right.
we were just talking about the baby, so we were just talking about the baby, about his comments and his music, and not canceling him. So it's the same thing. Like you didn't want to cancel. You don't want to cancel the baby because you feel like he was insane or whatever. You feel like people are dragging it, but you wanted to cancel Chris Brown when the whole thing happened. So like. I feel like it's a personal choice. It's whatever stands out to you. Like I could listen to the music and not mix it. So if you can't do that, then cancel him.
Yeah, because I could still listen to Michael
Me too.
despite
The allegations?
allegations.
I feel like it's very hard for me to separate. Maybe because I'm very empathetic, so I was like, it's very hard for me to separate it. I stopped listening to Chris Brown. I stopped listening to Michael Jackson. I stopped listening to R. Kelly. I stopped listening to Tory Lanez. Like it really affected me to feel like.
That sounds very sad.
I know, it's hard.
That's a stressful playlist.
I got 3 songs.
J. Cole still works, all right? J. Cole don't do nothing, please, my God.
Not that
But I feel like we don't hold celebrities to the standard that they should be. And I think there's 2 different things between canceling someone and holding someone accountable. I think in regards to R. Kelly and especially Chris Brown, like it wasn't like, oh, we're canceling you, Chris Brown. It's like we need you to hold yourself accountable for the platform that you have right now. I don't believe in canceling anyone, but I do not feel comfortable supporting a man who got his money and career and status by exploiting young women. Like that there was no separation, especially with R. Kelly. Like those things are conjoined together.
So like, when it comes to the Chris Brown situation, right? You say you don't listen to Chris Brown anymore. Do you still listen to Rihanna?
Do I still listen to Rihanna? I've never was a fan. So it doesn't
But you
affect me.
don't have any problem with listening to Rihanna though.
No.
But you know that she was also guilty of putting hands on him in that situation.
Absolutely.
So the same standard that we hold Chris Brown to, we should hold Rihanna to, right?
But Chris Brown brutalized Rihanna. Can you compare the marks that Chris Brown had on his body to what was on Rihanna's
No,
body?
I'm not saying anybody was innocent or anybody was right. I'm talking about in terms of holding people to standards. If we're talking about black and white, like you shouldn't do this, then if we cancel Chris Brown, we should also cancel.
But I never
Rihanna.
said we should cancel Chris Brown. I just said we needed to hold him accountable.
So I
Right.
think his question is, why can't we hold Rihanna accountable?
Or why don't we? Why don't we is more the question.
Because she's a woman.
Okay, that's it.
So it's a double standard.
It's not a
Absolutely.
double. I feel like a man's strength is not comparable to a woman's strength.
It's not,
And,
but
like,
I don't
and-
feel like a girl should be putting their hands on the man
board.
either.
But you can't even say that in today's society because
My
then they'll
dad
say,
told
why
me-
not? I thought we were all supposed to
he
be
said?
equal.
My dad told me you should never hit someone and not expect them to hit you back, man or woman.
I don't.
You hit them.
Yeah.
It is a human reaction to want to defend yourself.
I mean, I feel
I don't advocate men. I don't advocate anybody
To what
putting hands on
extent,
anybody.
though? Because as a
That's
man,
true,
you
too.
should just know, like, physically, biologically, you are way strong. Well, not every man, but I'm just saying, most men, you're way stronger than a woman. So even if I push my man, and you come and smack me, I think that's unfair.
I just feel like I don't put my hands. The guys I date,
I don't put my hands on men,
But
but
it's unfair
Yeah,
that a woman is able to smack me and I'm supposed to like walk away. That's what's really unfair.
Nah, I mean, I'm
'Cause
gonna
you're
walk
stronger.
away because
I mean, I'm gonna walk away as well, but I feel like that's what's unfair.
yeah, no, it's unfair that she has the leeway or the almost the right to do it without any consequence. I'm not saying the consequence is me hitting her, but like in general, like
I mean, that's not necessarily true. You can always file a police complaint and say that she committed assault.
how often does that go
How
to?
realistically?
If you
Stick up
wanted
for
to with
yourself.
somebody,
if
put their hands on you.
if a child hits you, should you go and abuse that child because like that child
But you
hits
can't
you?
compare that because a
Yes, I
child and a
can.
grown ass woman is different.
I can't compare because physically a child is not as strong as whoever the adult is, and a woman is not as strong as the man. So I can't compare it.
I
I
don't
think
feel
that
like it's the same.
I feel like men should just walk
It's not
away.
the same, but it's comparable.
You have no choice but to walk away.
But what if you're in a situation, and we spoke about this on one of our previous episodes,
Last
like,
cabinet meeting, yeah.
if a guy is trying to walk away, and then the woman is all up in his face,
Following
and
him.
she's, you know,
Yeah,
you-
it becomes self-defense
couple of
at
girls-
that point.
can he restrain her and
Yeah.
hold her?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
we kinda
but with
think
the
that's cute.
but with the restraint,
Oh, yo.
with the restraint
Hold
comes
me.
comes his strength.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the
Shake me up
difference?
a little bit, not this time.
In that part, I said, you feel me? I don't agree with hitting a woman, but you know,
I'll shake her.
Well, what you gonna
Yeah,
do?
shake
I'm
her.
gonna shake her.
Move
Yeah.
her.
That's
Because
fine.
women are taught
Shake her?
that some women
Just
are
hold her
taught
back.
that they can hit men because men are not supposed to hit them back.
Yes.
And I don't think that's right at all.
It's not.
Because
It's not
that's
right.
that's taking advantage of the situation. Because you know, as soon as you say he hit me,
It's
even
over.
if he didn't hit you, he'd get arrested before anyone
So that's
believes
what
that
I
a
was
woman hit a
talking
man.
about. Yeah.
Right.
Like if a guy calls and is like, "Yo, shorty put hands on me," they'll be like, "Are you sure?" Like, what do you mean she put hands
No,
on
they
you?
take it
Like,
seriously.
You think so?
I'll take it seriously.
I've seen
Bro,
it.
take it seriously, but
if
it's
a
not
girl
as-
hits you,
if a
bro,
man hits
But it's not as rapid as a response as the woman crying,
I
calling
agree.
in like, "My husband hit me."
Yeah.
Like that triggers a whole different response. Like,
True.
you feel me?
But if Ronda Rousey hit you, bro, I'll be concerned for your safety.
nah, she's getting washed. I don't care.
Alright. But alright. So for this segment, we're gonna switch to the women, and the women gonna, if they have any questions for the men,
Yeah, it's y'all time.
to
man.
the ground floor men, if there's any questions.
So just to switch gears, I do have a question. I want to know, do men in this day and time, do they date with the intent to marry? That's my first
Good-ass
question.
I do.
Girl.
Who wanna take it?
I mean, for me, I do. For me, that's always in my mind. Realistically, do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not. But I always have it in the back of my mind, like, yo, if I'm with this shorty, I want to pursue her for marriage, for kids, for the rest of my life. That's just me. That's probably Cancer. You feel me? Romantic. That's just
R&B,
me.
yeah.
But why do you think it won't happen for you?
Gallus.
Now you know, as a guy, you kind of have an idea. Like I think men, I think we value like compatibility a lot more. So like like nah, it's not really gonna work between us because
So when
she
you
thinks
dating,
this way.
so when you're dating somebody, let's say you date somebody for like a year,
Mm-hmm.
you know if they're the one or not.
No.
You don't know.
You don't necessarily know. Like it's not like no, she's the
years?
They
one.
confused. What
Yeah,
how many
yeah,
years
how many
y'all
years
need?
does
How
it
many
take
years
to,
is it?
Because I feel like 1 year is enough for you to
That's
know.
enough.
Right.
I don't think a year.
Not
is
as a
enough.
man though. You'd be surprised.
And
though.
that's so
I don't think so. You think so?
12 months? Hell yeah.
Yeah, 12 months.
No, that happens.
And then
To
52
marry,
weeks?
to be
Yeah.
with somebody for the rest of your life.
365 days? Yes.
So I'll-
Thank you.
I'll
He's
give
the
my
real
opinion.
romantic guy in here.
All right, so I'm the relationship guy. Like, granted, my boy's been in relationships as well, but I'm the more relationship guy. So for me, I've always been taught by my pastor growing up. He always told me like, listen,
pastor.
yes,
That's
yes.
right, my brother.
He always told me like, yo, don't date just to date.
So we just heathen.
He said,
That's
he said, don't date just to date. Like when you're dating, you're looking for your mate, you're looking for your wife. And I always took that stance, like as I got older and more mature, to understand, like, hey, do I see a future with her? You know, so I'm not just gonna go out there and date because I don't have money to waste and gas prices are high. So I'm not going to be on that type of time, like trying to go back and forth. Oh, should I date this girl? Should I date this girl? I'm not taking 5 girls out during the week. That's too much. So I would literally find a girl that I like, and if I see something with her, I'll begin to date her, and we'll see how that goes. And if she's not the one, then that's not who God had for me.
But
And
how
then
long
we
does
keep
it
pushing.
take you to get to that point where you're like, she's not the one for me? Though?
It'll take about I'll give it about 3 months. Give it 90 days.
Okay, now.
Think like
I don't
a man.
know about 3 months.
I think
3 months is soon, bro.
3
3
months is
months?
good.
very
I
soon.
can't tell if in 3 months whether I want to spend the rest of my life with somebody. 3 months?
No, not the rest of my life, but like dating
If you
to
see
take
it-
it serious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
3 months,
but-
yeah. Because during that time, I'm only dating her. I'm not even going to entertain anyone else because my focus is on her. So I want to make sure that, hey, let me focus on her to see if past the 90-day period, hey, we could go further.
So boom, if you feel like a year isn't long enough to know if you want to spend the rest of your life with a shorty, when do you engage? When do you propose to her?
2 years later.
I give
Okay, look at
it a year and a half.
Another year and a half.
Another year and a half.
So
So
you
he
dated
makes
her
up his
for a
mind.
year.
He makes up his mind after a year,
Yeah.
and then you prepare in the 6 months to propose.
Yeah.
They just think we got
6
time
months.
to
Okay,
wait.
that
know-
makes sense.
yeah.
I
You
thought
know-
another
Right.
year and then 6 more
Yeah.
months.
No.
No,
you're saying
I
a
know,
year and a half total.
No, I'm another year.
And a
And a
half.
half.
So,
yeah.
so 2.5
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
No, you're bugging.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Selfish.
Selfish.
Like, do you guys ever sit down and think, like, damn, women really have biological clocks?
Yes.
Like, she really, her chances
No,
of
look at
having a
him.
healthy
They don't think like
child.
that.
So then why
as
don't
she
y'all
gets-
propose?
No.
No,
That's
don't
not how
ever.
God made it. Amen.
Don't you
Amen.
ever. Don't you ever.
Why don't y'all?
I'm never proposing
Nah.
to her.
Because I'm not gonna rush
If
in.
I gotta be the
Single.
man in the relationship,
Listen,
just say
Then I
that.
don't
I'm
need
not
a
gonna
man.
rush into an engagement
I don't want to be the man in the relationship.
because
What
of
is he
your
waiting
biological
for?
clock.
What are you waiting for if you've done said
Well,
after a
one,
year after knowing
one,
her?
she would have to move in with me because I need to see how she moves, how she lives. Because it's different if she's sleeping
So
over.
another
She's gonna
year
be
for you to change your mind,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, pretty
While
much.
we just sit and wait,
yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
because we got time
So
to
then you
waste.
waste my
You
whole
got time to
you
waste,
realize,
clearly.
okay, this is
So y'all
not the
think that's
woman.
wasting time?
Oh, yeah.
That's not.
wasting
That's
time.
finding out
So-
if because you
Right.
could move great when we're dating. You come over and you sleep over on the weekends and you clean up, and then when you move in, you nasty as shit.
Facts.
Like you
Facts.
squeeze the toothpaste in the middle, which irritates me. Like all of that stuff. Like I'm gonna start nitpicking heavy.
Squeezing the toothpaste.
That's
when
Like
you're not gonna marry
that stuff is
shorty?
gonna
Yeah.
irritate. Like you don't
That's
wash the
that's
dishes.
Dale?
Like all of that stuff
Well,
is gonna
what-
irritate me. I'm like, yo,
I
like
gotta
clean
wash the dishes
up
all the
your
time.
hair. Like why is
Okay.
like
That's stuff you can work on. It has nothing to do with marriage.
it doesn't. But I'm gonna tell her like within that year.
You
I don't
can
want
do
to.
that
I don't
when
want to
you're
tell
married
her after
in a
the marriage.
household.
After the marriage,
But what do you think is going to happen after you get married? It's going to be sunshine and rainbows?
Yeah.
I feel like she would stop squeezing the toothpaste in the middle because I
that is-
already
that- that's
complained
not what
about it
happens.
a
That
year
is- You're
ago.
living in a fantasy. That's not what happens.
Nah, tell her,
That's
tell
not
her,
what
tell her, tell her.
happens. That's not what
Because I
happens.
think it's different for women because as me, I'll speak for myself, but maybe you guys can chime in. Like for me, if I meet a man, I'm already thinking before I even ever have sex with you, I'm thinking, okay, can I possibly marry this guy? Because men don't really understand accidents can happen. We can have kids together. So I'm already thinking ahead. Do I see a future with this guy? And I do think that men are really selfish because like a lot of the times you guys play with women's emotion. You lead them on. You act like it's something that is not just for your own gain, for your own benefit. And then when it's not benefiting you no more, it's like, okay, bye. But then you just wasted 2 years of her life and she's already like 32, 34.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening.
Can I speak?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got
I
it, Kim.
want-
Thank
Hey.
you.
Yeah, gotta speak.
So, I think dating and courting are two different things, right? You can date multiple people, but when you court with the intention of marrying somebody. So, I can date 20 women in a year, right? I'm just saying, hypothetically, right?
Have you dated 20 women?
choose none of them and take none of them seriously. You feel me? But I'll find one that I'll be like, you know what? I think I can marry her or I see a future with her. Then I enter the process of courting her. Like, now I gotta see how you deal with certain things. Now I wanna see how you deal with your finances, like how you take care, how you are with kids. Like, I don't care about that with regular women. Like, that's just being honest. Like, but the woman you courting and the woman you really interested, you're like, all right, now I hold you to a different standard. You feel me? Like now certain things you do is gonna affect me in a different way than anybody else because I'm looking to you to be that person, right?
And to the women you are dating who are not serious, they're regular women, do they understand that that's the role that they play in your life?
Yes.
They understand
How?
that I'm the in-between
that?
before the marriage girl.
Yeah,
They
how do
understand
It's not an in-between because I'm not even looking for marriage now. I'm just saying, like, you have to date, you have to be interested in people to find somebody. Like, the whole notion of love at first sight or whatever is not realistic. Like, you have to meet somebody in a setting and then y'all develop a chemistry, and then it's like, all right, now we're gonna go out, first date, second date, and then if you like the person enough, you continue to date them, and dating turns into courtship, right?
So, what is it about a woman that makes you feel like she's the one out of all the 20 women you're dating?
I don't know.
Anybody? Any guy could answer that?
So for me, like what I look for in a woman,
I think
one,
that's
she's
more the
got to be
question.
God-fearing.
To go?
God-fearing.
Oh, God-fearing.
She has to be God-fearing. Two, she has to be attractive to me. Like if my boy's like shitty now, but if I find her attractive, that's all that matters to me. She has to have a good head on her shoulders. You know, she has to be funny. She should be able to take jokes and she be able to like give them back too. You know, she got to be a cook.
Lord have mercy.
And that's a slash on that. But if she could cook, that's a plus. She has to be respectable as well, especially to my mother. You know, she should know how to carry herself in public, and she got to be a freak. And then that's how I know. Like if you check off that box, then
What?
So you gotta have all that list.
That's it.
Gotta be a freak.
Yes. Yes, that's
subjective.
well, that's on my list.
That's
I don't-
subjective,
So-
but you
Questions
might
now.
consider freaky. I might not consider.
That's
true.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. If
Right
I
now,
choke
that
you
wasn't
and you hit me, then you know what it is.
And even with that freaky part,
It's subjective.
it is subjective. But like sometimes when it comes to sex, and what I think men don't understand, your sex drive with your partner might not always match.
That's true.
And so like, okay, she
That's
gotta
a
be
fact.
freaky. But like marriage and that long-term commitment, it takes a lot of work. Like your partner might not want to have sex. Like women go through phases. I don't know, ladies.
Oh, yes.
Do we go through phases where we might not just want to have sex all the time? I think men, naturally, your sex drive is higher than a woman's.
I might disagree with that.
It's the same.
I actually might
It's the
disagree
same.
with that. I think
Sometimes I don't
women
When you
wanna
live
be
with a
having
person,
drive
when you live with a person, it's
might be
totally
higher.
different than when you're not living with each other.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, not tonight. See you next week. Like,
Bro, every guy says that, but I've never met a guy that ever told me not today.
Ever.
Like, and I'm 27 years
why
old.
would he?
But that's what I'm saying. Your sex drive is higher.
I feel like
I've
it's
said
different.
So
I don't know. I've definitely been in relationships where I would spend the night over at a guy's house and we not sleeping together because our relationship was a lot more than sex. We were like together. So
Right.
Absolutely.
it wasn't
Right.
that. I don't know. But I feel like sex in general, it's like if y'all can't just be open and talk about like, hey babe, you beating it up too much, I'm not trying to do that. Or like, hey babe, you should try this, or I might be into this. If y'all not on that open level, I feel like that was before freakiness be on your list, be like openness to like, sexual openness should be on your list before freakiness. Because you got to teach some people. Some people, she can't come in flinging her head to
he said he don't want to teach them.
yeah, I don't got time for that.
Oh, but you got 2 years and a half to wait.
Now I have a question for y'all. I have a
I
question for y'all.
don't have
How
time for
much
that.
emphasis do you guys put into the girl enjoying the sex?
I put a lot into
I
it.
do.
Like how much
I
thought
actually spoke
and
about
care?
this
Oh,
on the podcast.
that comes number one for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Agree to this.
if she's enjoying it, I'm good.
But what?
But you know, girls fake it.
So it's about being attentive, right? For the most part, right? So they always say women can fake anything, right? But like for the most part, a woman's body will tell you, like, it will tell you what she enjoys and what she doesn't enjoy, for the most part, right? So it's about being attentive and also knowing the woman. Like, you have to know who you're dealing with sometimes to like have that sexual connection. It's like, yo, I know if she's moving like this, then that's not really it. But if this happens, yeah, nah, I got it. Now it's on. Like, you feel me? So.
I don't know. This
You don't think so?
Are you like just trying new things? Like, let me just play with her, or you like watching videos to like see like what works? Like, how do you get your intel on like a woman's body?
Who's teaching us?
I would
Yeah,
ask.
like where did you like learn?
Who's teaching
like,
y'all?
Who's teaching us? A lot
Who's
of things.
teaching y'all?
It's pretty obvious with a guy because the evidence is there. When you guys ejaculate, you see
that's the
something
thing.
for the
That's
most
the
part,
thing.
right?
You know
With us-
when you win the prize with men,
Right.
but like with women, like it's a longer
That's
journey.
kind of an unfair
and
comparison,
it doesn't
though.
necessarily need to happen for the sex to be done. Because when's the sex done with y'all? When the man comes, no?
No,
Nah,
round two.
that's when it's done?
I mean, that's when it's done. For me, that's when I think the sex is done.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's when the sex is. What are you doing after you nut? And what if she ain't come yet? What are you doing? You not.
All right, so, because I don't want to stay on this much longer. All right, so, for me personally, okay, and I might edit this out, but for me personally, after I nut and I remain hard, I'm going back in
So that's what I said.
until I get soft.
So it's about.
I'll tell you.
So
it's about
that's
you.
the
So
point.
she's saying it's about you.
So
So
it's
that's
about
what she
you.
said. So she's right.
So that's
No.
their point.
No, it's not about me. If I got to that point,
Why do you have?
then
You just
You don't have
said
to- you
if
can-
you're
you
still
can
hard,
soft
you're gonna
and
go
do
back
other
in,
things.
which proves the point of what she said. The sex
What?
is over when you're done, when the guy is done.
Because if you're
how
not
is
hard,
this? How is it over if I'm going back in?
because you have to be hard. But
Because
there's other
once you
things
go
to make
soft,
her
you're done.
come.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
That's
So
their
that's-
point.
What is not if I'm done?
So that's if
Exactly.
he goes soft. I'm not speaking for other men. I'm speaking about for me.
I'm
In
saying,
this-
but in your instance, you're saying in during round 2, whenever Johnny says taps out, you're saying, all right, we're done.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
maybe-
like, what if she
What if
is
she's
still
not done?
Oh yeah, I agree with
waiting?
you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just eat it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking because I feel like I'm now, like, since I'm with a woman, I have to like learn how to please a woman, and I just
Wow.
don't know.
Wait,
Like,
you're with
what
a
I'm
woman?
doing, honestly. Yeah. I have a
I
girlfriend.
don't know what I'm doing, honestly.
That's very nice.
Wait, you don't know what you're doing
I don't
with
know.
a woman?
I think it's when it's like I feel
I
like,
feel like you should know.
Right.
no, when it's
Because
my time, it's
masturbation,
different.
I feel
Yeah,
like
but-
I would love to. I never tried this, but I think that if I was to be with a woman, I feel like I would know exactly what to do with her.
I feel that vibe. I feel
that,
like
right?
you would
I
A
know.
lot of women
I
don't
would
even
know what
know
to
their
do.
own bodies, though.
Not this woman here.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying in general. Like,
I'm like,
You're saying, like,
learn
oh,
yourself.
like it's like guys should be on it to like bring the woman to climax or whatever. But a lot of women don't even know what brings
That's
them
true.
to climax either. Like,
That's
you
why-
could ask them and be like, "Yo, like what gets you there?" And they'll be like, "I don't even know." Like,
Okay, I have a
I'm not
question.
even sure.
What gets you there?
What gets me to what climax?
Yes.
Sex.
Okay, so as a woman, I could say
More
sex.
details than just sex.
So I just said
Nah, y'all tried that. Y'all tried that. It's alright.
No. It's more
I could say
details.
sex
Is it-
too, but
is
there's
some-
more details to making me climax or.
Yeah, it's not just sex because
not
like,
just sex.
is it like certain positions? Is it certain things that the person says? Is it certain things, you know?
It's a
that-
sensation, I guess. Help me out. I don't know.
So you
I'll
don't
speak for
know.
myself. No, I know, but like it's,
doesn't wanna go into
it's,
details.
No, it's weird. It's self-explanatory. Like I said, like
for women, it's not.
for guys, like
Lord, we women, we go through a lot, bro.
Yeah.
We gonna tackle this on another episode. This is a conversation for the basement. Not for a room we paying on. But
I'm dead.
so speaking about like sex and everything like that, how do you guys feel about, you know, Governor Cuomo and what he's going through? Because do I feel that maybe he probably did something inappropriate? Sure, but do I feel like sometimes women see the bag and they try to hop on the bandwagon, and I don't want to call a woman a liar, Because if she does say, hey, I was raped, I want to take that seriously. I was sexually harassed, I want to take that seriously. But then some women do lie just to get a bag. You know, and they're talking about 7 women now. You see Bill Cosby, he had about like 75 women. It's like, when do you get to a point that you gotta say like, nah, these women are lying, or do you even say that?
I don't think that I would ever say that to the victim, you're not telling the truth or you're just doing this to be a part of a bandwagon. Because at the end of the day, any of these women that came out against Andrew Cuomo, I don't know their names. It's not like you get any notoriety off of being a rape victim or a victim of sexual harassment. And me personally, nearly every single, maybe like 2 jobs I worked, I haven't been sexually harassed. I've literally been sexually harassed at every single job. And people think that like letting little things slide is like okay, but all it does is create these little monsters. So when these stuff happen, you need women's being like, yo, you can't do that. Like, and men in general need to know, like, just don't do that. You could be sexually attracted to somebody and not be inappropriate.
That's facts.
And like, and I feel like rich white men, they feel like, you know, the world is theirs. This is my playground. I get to do what I want to do. You're not entitled to my body. You're not entitled to saying little smart shit to me, and I got to be okay with it.
Women?
Yeah. First off, I don't know any victim who has gotten paid because they've come forward with a sexual assault or a rape. So I don't think it's like there's any, like she said, there's no like notoriety, like you don't get a prize, like there's nothing positive that comes out of it other than the fact that like hopefully someone gets justice, which we don't see happen. I think in regards to Andrew Cuomo, I think we don't take sexual harassment, sexual assault seriously at all. The fact that we have to have things like Title IX, or the fact that like a couple of years ago, a girl had to like carry a mattress across her campus just so that the people in positions would like take her rape seriously. Like we don't take this seriously. So I think if they're saying 11 women are accusing him, then 11 women are accusing him, and they need to hold him accountable.
So you guys don't feel like there's ever certain girls that just like make up stories?
They definitely are, but I don't think we should use that narrative to say, oh, well, since she lied, everyone else lied too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's horrible, and you've definitely seen in regards to like white women and black males, we've definitely seen that as a thing as well. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean we don't go through the proper channels to make sure, okay, like we're gonna take this seriously.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, we need to start holding these conversations early on when children are younger, you know, to teach this in a classroom setting, because I'm pretty sure none of you guys learn things like this. We didn't, as women too, we didn't really learn things like this. And just to kind of counter a little bit what you guys are saying, I do feel like it's a very sensitive time for men as well, because anything that a woman says, a lot of the time it goes and it just carries on. And sometimes as women do lie, and it's like you just never really know. And I think that Andrew Cuomo, I believe the woman. You know, I'm pretty sure that they're not all lying. I don't really know what to believe, to be honest. But I do feel like we do crucify people a lot before they're proven guilty. So it's I don't know.
And also we a lot of the times, every time somebody come out with something, automatically we're questioning it. Instead of trying to believe it first, we're just like, oh, what if she's lying?
Which is one of
you
the
get what I'm
reasons why I
saying?
don't
Which
feel
we
like
should
people would just
question
lie
it.
for
We
fun.
should.
I know we should
question it.
We should, but I just feel like imagine someone really going through it and they're
Right.
coming out and then they get questioned automatically.
Yeah, it puts the pressure on them to
So
come out.
It puts pressure on the victim when it should be putting pressure on someone who's getting accused.
Right.
Yeah. But then what if the person didn't do it?
I mean, yeah,
And
automatically
that,
I question
the person
everything.
who accused
so I
him
don't
should
know.
go to jail.
So that's the thing, though. But I've never seen a case where the women who've lied
Right.
on the men
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
have gone to jail. So
Yeah.
I
it
agree
goes
with
both
that,
ways.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So what's the consequence for lying about sexual harassment?
Isn't
You get
it
what I'm saying?
like contempt of court, falsification,
Like
of
libel
like
and
police
stuff like
records
that.
and stuff like that? They get charged.
Right, falsification.
It's not
of a
held on the
police
same
report.
standard.
No.
I get nothing.
It's not the
Your
same.
name's already smeared, but
The damage is already done.
Oh, yeah.
By the time they come out and say, "Oh, guys, nah, she was lying," it's like people will still be like, "Nah,
Maybe you
I don't
did
really
it.
think she was lying though. Y'all probably made her say she was lying or something like that. Like,
Or she got paid off.
or she got paid off." Yeah.
We only have these circumstances because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Women get paid off. They convince her to tell her that she's not telling the truth.
She
Like that's why we have these narratives.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true though.
Because that's what happens.
That's true.
Right.
D?
I mean, for me, I just feel like allegations happen like when, most times, allegations happen when people are being blunt and like not following certain rules. You feel me? Like Cuomo was like doing shit his way. You feel me? Telling niggas like, yo, y'all don't gotta take the vaccine. You feel me? Like y'all not. It's against the rules. You feel me? It's against law.
Yeah.
You feel me? To get vaccinated, to have people force you to get vaccinated, and people high up be like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. So
We know how to get you out of here.
Yeah, you feel me? So that's a point where you feel me. I think that's where that came from.
So you
Basically.
don't believe it?
I mean, it could happen. I'm not gonna say it didn't happen. Like I would never tell somebody they're lying.
I believe it to a certain extent, but I think that they're all in like this boys club where everything is hush hush, right? So like this is the norm, right? Everybody is doing this, so nobody's gonna rat anybody out until you go against the grain. Like you feel me? If we all doing some illegal shit, you feel me? Nobody's gonna snitch on each other. But the moment you go against it's like now we're gonna hang you out to dry. Now we got dirt on you. You feel me? So now we're gonna put your dirt out there so that we could smear your name. You feel me? It's just like Trump. Look how many people was with the Mar-a-Lago scandal or whatever, where he was going out to sleep with all these different women or whatever. They all knew about it, and all these years nobody ever said anything. But the moment, you feel me, he's in politics and he's president now, all of that stuff comes out. Not to say I support Trump, but like this is something we've seen happen over and over again. You feel me? Bill Cosby trying to buy NBC, right? Now all of a sudden all these allegations come out. Like it's only when, like he said, like they go against the grain that these stories start to come out. Yeah. And it seems very planned and it seems very meticulous. So that's where the doubt comes in, because it's like, all right, why now?
Yeah.
Right? That's always the question. And not to say like there's an expiration date on whatever, you feel me? But it's like, all right, like why is everybody coming out now? Like why is this such a pressing issue now if he been doing this?
I do always say that.
Okay. All right. Well, Ground Floor Podcast, Cabinet Meeting, episode 2. This will definitely be out on YouTube. I just want to thank all my guests. Their information will be on the bottom on the screen. You guys can follow them on IG. I want to thank Jay Will, his information for letting us use his studio, most definitely. Tony and Jay and Matt with the audio. All of this will be definitely credited. I'm your host. Shout out to all the rashes. And
What's that?
we out.
Please lie.
Yo, thank you, y'all.
We good, man.
Nah, that was perfect. What's that?
His fans are the rashes.
There's no audio.
Wow.
Remember, you don't got no camera, no audio. Oh yeah. It would only be picking it up from the laptop, which is terrible. What were you trying to do?
Do a voice. Do you guys have like an envelope or something?
Us?
No, we do stuff. Like an envelope for.
Do you want to record it?
Yeah. So maybe just do a voiceover at the end and just put it up there.